to Adventures in Lollygagging. We're back tonight. We're starting up a new game, Legendinthemist. We've done our sessions here. We've made some characters. We've built the world out a little bit. And tonight we're actually going to dive in for some proper play. Legendinthemist is from Son of Oak Game Studio. It's based on the Mist engine. If you know anything about the City of Mist, it kind of evolved a little bit out of that into Otherscape, which we played on the channel not too long ago. And now we're diving into Legend in the Mist, which is rustic fantasy-ish, and we'll kind of go from there. So I don't really have any kind of fancy questions to do, so I figure let's just dive right in. Okay, we good to go?
Let's do that.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Ready.
So we're going to start up. So let's get establishing shot. Okay, we start up and we're kind of looking down, so to speak, through these like parting clouds, this parting mist. We see this dark, cold water slowly and leisurely moving back and forth, and we shift and move around in our camera a bit, and we see this like a fjord basically, right? And we start following and tracking it inward or westward. We see these jagged inlets, these tall, pale cliffs. We even start to see some forested slopes left and right as we're following this water path. We see these tall evergreen trees that are like almost black against what looks like an orangey yellow, pinkish afternoon sky. And as we get to we'll call it the narrowest section, as we see the two sides of the fjord begin to pinch and pinch and pinch until they almost touch. And that's where we find a village. Sprawling along the southern side. We can see it's kind of perched at the water's edge, so to speak, which is somewhat rocky. We see a stretch of like this almost graying sand, the shoreline. We see all these little docks and various fishing boats. Nothing particularly large, maybe one or two small sailboats and such. We can see smoke curling up from chimneys and such. We can see colorful banners kind of flapping between these rooftops. It definitely looks like there have been some decoration done, probably not the most common type of appearance, as we see these strings, these ropes connecting from one rooftop to the next, and we see lanterns hanging in them, flags rippling in the breeze, and we see all sorts of commoners of a sort gathering around what looks like these long banquet tables, these barrels that have been set up in the middle of this village commons. Everyone's moving around. They're hurried. But not like in a sense that they look like they're worried about business, because it feels like there is a celebration that is happening. We see in one section of this large common, we see a line of people moving up to this big, large barrel and dipping their head into it and coming out. And we see a giant apple or a pear suddenly in their teeth. We see this other side, maybe on the northern side of the green, we see a group of people moving around some strange obstacle course while others are screaming and yelling at them, each of them carrying some strange oblong runic stone. We see all these little kids like moving about the village here and there, going underneath what looks like raised porches or climbing up on windowsills, grabbing, pulling out what almost looks for us like an Easter egg, but to them it's like this. Well, it's like this little piece of amber. Within it, there's some kind of nugget or stone, and you see them giggle and run away. Because we are looking at the village of Isfig, where we're going to be doing some of our adventuring, and we are specifically looking at this village during what's called First Fall Festival, which is the sort of celebrates both like symbolically and kind of metaphorically the leaves beginning to turn and beginning to fall. As summer is ending, fall is beginning. And that is where we will start. And so what I'm going to ask you all to do is, if you could please, we're going to go this one by one. Tell us a little bit about like where your character might be found in or around this celebration. It is afternoon. I would say that there's like this huge finish line on one side of the village where you can see groups of people showing up from the triathlon that constantly happens, as you all remember. And you can see people who have been coming and they've got their big sacks on, sweaty and tired, and they're showing up and getting urged on and given huge drinks and food and such by those who come in. We see a tavern that the doors flung open. We hear the sounds of music on the inside. So all sorts of wonderful revelry that are happening. So one by one, why don't you tell us where we can find you and what you look like? Maybe a little bit about what you're doing. And so let's start with you, Kipser. Where can we find you? Who are you? What are you up to?
So your camera kind of turns towards a little blacksmith cart, a movable forge, and you've got a sort of a very buff woman. She's kind of 6'5", very tall, and she's just hammering away at these intricately delicate little loops and connection pieces for a rather long line of people waiting to get the little hook so that they can have a personal lantern during this celebration. And she's just kind of like scowling down at them and going, I ain't doing all this. You guys got to figure out in the line who else needs one, honestly. I'm sure you've got some from last year. Where'd you find them? Where'd you lose them? And she just hammering away. The people can barely hear her over it as she's just working in trade quickly to get last minute decorations, personal decorations done.
So, are there any people with you? Are there any do you have any assistants? Are there any regular customers or anything like that we should be aware of?
I will actually pose a. Would anybody that is my friend think they would be like helping with last minute lantern decorations or be running around? Nope.
Yes, I would be there because.
Hey. Oh yeah, Candlemaker. You know what? That makes perfect sense. Mm-hmm. So yes, next to me you've got, I guess, Lloyd doing his trade for these lanterns. Well, and so I will move it to Long.
All right, Long. What do we see?
You see a young lad wearing regular work clothes, white tunic, this little red cap. Under that, he's got red shaggy hair, so he looks like a candle himself. And he's running around. He's got oil, he's got candles, preparing for the end of the obstacle course in the the festival is a ring of fire. So he's using Keek's metalwork and working with that.
Okay. So you're going up to this obstacle course. So when you're like setting up something near it, or are you going to participate in it, Lloyd?
I'm setting up and I will be participating in it.
Okay. So yeah, you head over and you can see like people are just sort of practicing and getting set up right now. And it's just outside the village. It's not like inside the village itself, but it's just outside of it. Like you can see like this spread of a field kind of matting down. It's a little muddy as well as you're right on the water. There's like salt in the air and such. And you can see that around it, like they've been set up all sorts of like barrels and wheelbarrows and such, and like little swaths where it just looks like a string or a sled of mud that people are trudging through. And you can see on one side, there's a stack of all these strange looking stones. And they don't look like properly masoned, but some of them are just in these oblong shapes, almost triangular or trapezoidal. Some of them have like runes carved into them. Some of them are metal. And you can see there's people that are just kind of practicing right now while others are setting up all of the various obstacles that people seem to be going through. Lloyd, have you participated in this before?
I have, and I always end up second to the rival. It seems like to win it every season.
So who wins it every season?
It's that dang news guy, Timothy.
Oh no. Okay, Timothy the newsboy. Nice. Okay. Timothy the newsboy. Okay. And so I'm going to say you see Timothy the newsboy and his crew, because it's like a relay. So you can see it's like people, it's like a team-based game, and you got his crew of newsboys are kind of looking over at you. And at one point, as you come up and you're setting up your little fire, like your candles, whatever it is you're doing, you're setting something on fire. You can see he looks at you and he just does one of those things where he just puts two fingers to his eyes, puts two fingers to your eyes, and just gives you a wry smile before turning back to his team that is clearly preparing in a way that your team doesn't appear to be, as one of them is stuck in the blacksmith right now. Okay. Where is the other member of your team? Where is Morgan, Melissa? Where do we find you?
So Morgan, you'll sort of find meandering, half stumbling, kind of just between the different groups. You see this very, very tanned woman who's kind of like athletically built. She's got brunette hair that's very kind of sun lightened. She's barefoot. And she's got her kind of big stein that she's just kind of sloshing around with. And so she really just sort of goes up to everyone and is just like, "Aye, good job. Looking good. Looks good." And so she's really just kind of giving everyone encouragement and just telling them that all of their preparations are looking good and that they're going to win today.
Okay. So are you already drunk, or are you getting
course.
there?
That's just if she's awake, she is some form of intoxicated.
Okay. Do you think that they're like? I didn't think about this. Do we have a drinking contest in the village of Isvik during the first fall festival? Do we have a drinking contest?
We have contests for everything.
Yeah, I was about to say that's part of what I'll be doing is providing booze.
Okay, so there's definitely
that's
booze.
right.
Okay, so there's a drinking. Okay, we'll do that. All right, so there's a drinking contest. I'll add that to my list. All right. Okay. Do you have a rival like Lloyd? Is there somebody who you've had trouble with, like maybe a rival fisherman or just a rival drunk? Like, what do you think?
So, that's a good question. I might say that someone else would see me as a rival because, like, I win all the time. So that's the angle I'm going with this.
Okay.
Is that like someone else probably wishes that they were, someone else is always second, I'm sure.
Okay. Is it like there's a constant second place person? It's the same person every time, or it rotates, you think?
I would say it rotates because I think people learn for the sake of their health that they really shouldn't try to beat me. And so like it kind of like rotates through of like who thinks that they're going to kind of do it this year.
Okay. Is it like a adversarial, or is it like are you jovial? Okay.
No, like
I know you're a jovial.
I am jovial and genuinely like one of my tags is cheer them on. So like every year I'm rooting for the person, but I just still wipe the floor with them.
Okay. I like it. All right. So like you're going around, you're giving cheers to everybody. So let's jump over to Snaggletooth. Where do you find Snaggletooth in all of this, Jared?
I'll tell you what, this is Snaggletooth's favorite time of year, and those kids who's just find them things, he's about to give them another bit of joy because he's setting up a table, these tiny little pies that he's made up. He's got the bottles of hooch that he'll sell to the grown-ups, but the kids, they get a pie for free because it's a time of giving. It's a fun thing. Kids need to have them good memories. Snaggletooth stands just shy of 5 foot tall. He's big for beaver folk, but beaver folk ain't always the biggest, but he's just a big old slab of meat. Got little tufts of gray starting to show up. He's older for his cap. The nose is a little bit busted and his teeth are kind of twisted a bit, hence his moniker. But he's just happy as could be. And he's feeling real bad because he knows he needs to go help his team set up, but there's all these kids and they're so happy and he doesn't want to make them disappointed, but he doesn't want to disappoint his team. And shuck, he's just feeling a little all twisted up. He's not sure what he should do.
And you maybe you feel like a little tug. Like, do you have a tail? Does your tail stick out?
Oh yeah, he's got just massive.
Massive tail. Okay, got it. So you feel a little tug on the tail, and you turn around and you see this adorable little, we'll say like 5-year-old village girl. You know her. Her name is, hang on, I got something. Her name is Kayla Bryn. And you know that she's like, I don't know, she's probably the daughter of like one of the council members of the town. And you can see that she's got this like, got a big gap in her teeth from where one of her tooth has recently fallen out. Mm-hmm. And you can see she's got this pouty look on her face. And she's like, Mr. Snaggletooth. And she's like rubbing her eye as she does so.
Good gracious, the allergies getting you there, Kayla?
No, they took one of my stones. I found one, and then they took it from me.
Who did that?
They did. And she points, and you can see like over kind of near where Lloyd has been sort of setting up, and where like everyone's getting this little like obstacle course put together. You can see there's like a group of maybe like 10-year-old, 12-year-old kids, mostly boys, that you can see are kind of just goofing around. Classic bullies. Mm-hmm. And she's just like, they took it. I found it fair and square, and then they came and took it.
What? That just won't do. That won't do a lick. Okay, well, gotta get my little cart rolled over there and be like, hey there, young boys. I got some terrible news. The whole that pie table's about to close up because seems things just gone missing around here. And, well, ain't that a real shame? These pies might go missing too. Granted, if we could find ourselves the sort to be kindly and sharing and make sure that people keep what's theirs, maybe I could keep that table open. Because I know you're good boys, aren't you?
And so you'll see like one of them, like the leader, reddish hair, kind of freckly here and there. He's got like almost like a bowl cut, you can tell. Like, so he's got this bowl cut over his head. And he kind of turns to you and you can see in his hand, he's got like this small, it's about the size of an egg, but it's not an egg. It's just this amber color. It's just something that everyone does in this festival. They hide it there. The kids run around. Usually not kids of his age. It's usually for the smaller ones like Kayla. Mm-hmm. And he's got it in his hand and he's taller than you at this point, right? So he's one of those like lanky kids who just sprouted early and he's kind of looking down a little bit at you. How about this? How about you, let's demonstrate a roll as you're trying to peacefully get them to vacate. So in this game, I know some of you have played before, so we're just going to make this, we're just going to make this a quick outcome just to see if you can convince them. And so in this game, what you do is you're going to roll 2d6s. And then you're gonna get your tags. So like you're gonna look at your tags. You're gonna see which of your tags do you have that will help you in this kind of situation. And if there are positive tags, if like they're your power tags, you add those up. And if you have any weakness tags that you want to invoke, then that's like a -1. If I have any tags on my side with like NPCs or the environment, I might throw them in there as well. In this case, we're gonna keep it simple. So what do you think you're using here?
Well, I think just to start things off, obviously Snaggletooth, he's got himself a heart of gold. He likes to defend the weak, and when he can, he tries to help those in need. But I will say, unfortunately, because of his kind nature, he's often easily exploited too.
Okay, so you want to tap into that as well? Okay. All right, so that's 3 positive. That's 1 negative. So sounds like you got a +2 on this. So go ahead, 2d6 + 2.
Okay,
we'll see how this goes.
Oh, I see. I got a spot where I can just type in the 2. Do that.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And
you rolled a 7. Okay. No, you rolled a 9. Excuse me. Everything's kind of late.
Oh.
You rolled a 9. So in this game, there's basically 3 kinds of outcomes that you could potentially have. If you roll 10 or higher, you have a success. Everything's great, wonderful. If you roll a 6 or under, that is consequence and everything's bad. And if you roll anything between, so a 7 to 9, it's both. So you succeed, but you also face consequence in some way. And so in this case, you rolled a 9, which means you've got a mixed result. So you've been trying to talk them into like going to another place, right? You've been trying to talk them to kind of go to where the pies are. Is that?
Yeah. Well, and honestly, we should make sure that we're share like we don't take things from another. We are a kind of people.
Okay.
Just trying to hint that he should return it without directly accusing them because he doesn't like directly accusing people.
And so the kid looks down at you, he looks down at Kayla, and then he looks back at you.
Did she tell you I took something from her? Is that what it is? She says I took something, did she? Did she tell you that where it was too high up for her to get, and I was the one who took it down? So, whose is this really? Mine, who reached up to the top of the sill and grabbed it? Or hers, who had to go and get somebody else to get it for her? Who really does own it now, huh?
Well, I do want to say I appreciate the spirit of you, but is that true, Kayla? Did he help you get it down?
Well, I said that I needed help and I was going to put a crate and climb up, but then one of them, she points over to like some adults, told me not to climb up on top of that because I could fall. And then he said he was going to get it for me, and then he would give it to me. Now, I didn't say that, but you know what, Kayla? I'm going to go ahead and let you have it. You see he like kneels down right next to her, and he looks up at you, and then he hands this little amber nugget over to her, and her face gets all big and bright. Really? Really? Well, thank you. And so she gets it and like kind of holds it in her hand, and then she runs away. And you see the boy stands up and he just like kind of pats you on the shoulder a little bit.
I think you did a good deed today, Mr. What's your name again?
Oh, some folks call me Snag or Snaggletooth or, I just...
Snag?
Thank you so much for being kind to her. I really do. You know what? I think you've earned yourself another pie.
Well,
Yes, I don't turn my head away from seeing a good deed done, and that was mighty kind of you.
well, that's very kind of you to say. I'm gonna say me and my boys over here are gonna go get that pie. You have a great rest of your first fall festival.
And just kind of like slaps you on the back, like in a nice friendly way.
Oh, well, I knew you was a good kid.
And then you see like they all walk away. And as you're turning around and you're going back to wherever it is, you realize your pants feel a little lighter. Go ahead and just give yourself, like, as a consequence, a little, like, you're a little light on cash, something like that. Just go ahead and put that tag down. As it looks as though while you were doing this, maybe one of his friends just grabbed a little something from you. Nothing too. So you're a little bit short on cash, short on funds.
Little rascals.
Well, okay.
Okay. So as we're all kind of spread out and we can hear the sounds of like merriment, we can hear the sounds of like music playing, people singing, we can hear people laughing, and then suddenly we hear the sounds of like these shouts and such. As we look over and we see the last of the groups of the triathlons are coming in, and you know that is customarily like when celebration begins, right? This idea of like once everyone's here, the party truly begins. And you can see like your mare trots out, and she has like what looks like a trophy of some kind. Maybe even you made it, Keek. Maybe maybe you actually made it at some point. And you can see it's just like this trophy. Actually, why don't you describe it? What is the trophy that you made look like for the winner of the triathlon?
It is one of those excessively large, like, sports bowls with legs, essentially. Like the Grey Cup or the Stanley Cup or something. So you could fill it with a massive amount of liquids and just pour it. And clearly, this is not going to be filled with water. This is not water they're filling it with.
No,
it's something either alcoholic or colorful, and they just like pour it on themselves in celebration.
Okay, fantastic. And like, do we think it's like a team? Like, we think the triathlon thing is like a team-based thing or a singular? I'm cool either way.
I was assuming it was a team because we did like the group team for our events as well.
Okay.
Like a relay kind of a thing.
Yeah. So we see like this group of people who are sweaty and they're tired because they've been going all around the region. Like it's probably like a day or two affair. And maybe you all didn't feel like doing it this year for whatever reason. And you can see like once they're there, we see like the mayor comes out. We see Mayor Hild, who is like this. She's like a sort of a matronly looking woman. She almost looks like she could run like a tavern. Like she almost has like she probably has like an apron and everything, but she comes out and she gives everybody like their some sort of reward in addition to the trophy. We can see the crowd begins to celebrate, and like there's like this ringing of a bell that officially creates the start of the first fall festival. And we see people starting to split out and going to these different directions and kind of actually starting to take part in some of these games. So that's what I'm going to ask what you guys do. Is anybody want, as a way to ease ourselves into how the mechanics of the game work? There are all sorts of things. There's the Stone Pass relay, which is what Lloyd has already been looking at. Morgan, you would probably be aware not only of the drinking contest, but of the Fisher's Pull. You can see that over on the beach, there are two teams of folk that are playing tug of war with this fisherman's net or this fisher's net. And it's not just a net, but there's little hooks and stuff in it. So like if you pull it too much or you doing this, you kind of get like a little cut up a little bit here and there. There's all the adults and such are helping help those with kids, or helping those like do like their little amber hunt for their tiny little nuggets. We can see probably over by the civic building, by like Longstone Hall, where you can see like the mayor's house and the town council and all that kind of such. We can see that there's groups of like storytellers and performers, people who are like kind of telling these tall tales, and like a crowd has started to gather around it and kind of shouting out for this or that. So these are like tales that are like one up tales and like fishing tales and all sorts of things. There's clearly the cider dunk, where you can go ahead and like dunk yourself and try to get some apples or pears or such. And then you can see on the opposite side, we'll say this is on the southern side, there is an encampment where all of the people from various farms have brought different farm animals, mostly goats, though you can see there's some oxen and stuff. And there's these long tethers, these leashes that they're putting on them. and you know that these goats are quite ornery. There's some strange like fermented like cheese that's known to be extraordinarily aromatic, and every time they put it underneath like a goat's nose, it starts to freak out a little bit. And this is goat on a leash, and so it's racing from one side of the village to the other with the leash in hand and trying to get that goat to the other side. So these are all of the little celebrations we're having across the village of Isvig. Where do we think you all might be headed?
After I set up the obstacle course, I'm gonna run around the village, find everybody. Everyone, we should run the obstacle first. If all energy at the beginning of the day, if we run at the end, we're not gonna beat Timothy.
Oh, I don't like that fella.
Not having it this year. We'll make sure you win. I wouldn't mind trying the goat on the leash after, if we still have the energy for it.
And the Fisher pole sure does look fun, too. But you're right, that Timothy fella, he just can't be allowed to settle into that smug look of his.
I would agree with that.
What do you think,
It's
Morgan?
settled. Where's Morgan? She's drunk again.
What the bar?
I'll if you need someone, I'll be there.
Told you had to be sober for this.
All right. Well, I'll sit out.
Oh, she's fine.
Yeah, no, she works well enough with a bit in her as without.
Well, we're gonna need to. We don't have anybody else.
Right. Well,
that works too. I'm in.
Okay, so let's do this. Let's make this so we called this a relay race. So essentially, what happens is like each one of you are going to we'll do a check. Again, this is all just for us learning how the system works and everything. Each one of you is going to do a test. We'll say it's a 4-person relay since unfortunately Aaron's having some internet issues tonight. We'll say the 4 of you are part of this relay team. And you can come in whatever order, and whoever goes first, depending on how you do, you could create, we'll talk about how you create statuses or effects that could potentially help the next person and the next person and the next person, that sort of thing. So who do we think is going to run the first leg of the Stone Pass relay?
I've set it up, Morgan. You'll take lead here.
Yeah, I feel like
we'll make up for your lost time.
Go first, exactly, so that everyone else can make up. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So everyone we'll say there's maybe 5 different teams that are set up. We can see Timothy and his newsboys are set up, but we can see that there's some old fisher folk that are kind of ready to go, kind of giving you a little bit of a nod or a smile. Morgan, as you step up, you can see there's a group of younger kids. Snaggletooth, you can see that little snot-nosed son of a bitch who took your money and everything and kind of teased Kayla. You can see he's part of this little team, and everyone's kind of getting set up. We can see your mayor comes over and all of her state. Everyone's laughing. Very everyone likes her. She's one of those she's the type of person who kind of remembers everything, right? She's the type of person who remembers every slight, every vote, every person's name, all that kind of stuff, going back decades. And so she seems to be connected with everybody. And she comes up to each team and it's and she just kind of shakes your hand and she's like, "I'm so very proud of what you're doing today. Oh, I cannot wait to see who wins." And then looks over towards Timothy and kind of gives him a little wink because everyone knows who's really going to win more than likely. So, Morgan, give me a pool. So you go and you pick up this big old oblong rock with all these different runic symbols. And as you pick it up, it immediately shifts into your hands because one side of it is heavier than you think. And then you try to shift and move it. And every time it moves, you just feel it kind of throw you this way, throw you that way. And it's a very awkward thing to carry. So put together a pool. You're going to have a negative tag against you simply because you're carrying the rock. Okay. But you go ahead and you put together a pool.
Okay, so she's going to try to hold her tankard and grab it, and then realizes that she cannot do both. So she's going to put the tankard down. Yes, and then so looking at what she has to put a pool together, really the only thing is her drunken master brawling is about the only kind of physical thing that she's got. Outside of that, I don't really think she's got. Tavern Brawler, I suppose, would be kind of the more broad tag with that. I think that's probably it.
Okay.
So either I'm rolling it straight or I'm rolling it with a -1.
Okay. Let's go ahead and I'll say just to be kind, we'll say you could take your Tavern Brawler. We'll presume that would give you some level of strength, even though it's not really a direct tag. It's kind of indirect, but in this case, we're having fun. So we'll let it apply. And so, yeah, you're just rolling a flat 2d6 then, because we'll say that'll cancel out.
So I rolled a 2 and a 5, so that's a 7.
Okay, so that's a success, but a success with consequence. So you're able to move throughout the first leg, and maybe the first leg is this big stretch of mud, and you're just stomping, and you're certainly not moving out in front. You can see Timothy's team is already shot out in front. They seem to have very little trouble, actually. You can see the very first person who probably who could be, let's see, I got a couple NPCs and such we could say. Okay, we can see this tall millwright man named Tom and Greel, and you can see that he's like running the first leg. He's taller than even you, Morgan. Large man. Everyone kind of knows him to be something of an amateur poet, and so like when at some point going over by the village green where everyone's telling tales, he'll be there at some point. Usually when he's drunk, and then he'll tell all sorts of bawdy limericks and such. But you can see he's on Timothy's team, and he has no issues whatsoever moving through. It doesn't even seem like the rock that he's carrying is affecting him whatsoever. You make it through the leg, but you're a little bit further behind, and you're not only that, but your kind of feet, the mud is kind of covering your legs. So I'm going to say, because the consequence here that I'm going to say is that you guys are behind. So I'm going to give you guys a tag, so essentially a tag. You're behind. Just going to call it that. I'm going to say behind 1. So it's what's called a status. So in this case, like you're not like all the way in the back because you still succeeded, but you're not all the way in the front. So you're kind of somewhere in the middle. Who is running the second leg, we think?
Kick will probably take the heavy thing from Morgan. Lloyd, you ought to we're going to need you at the end. You're going to have to make the quick dash.
Well,
I'll pass to Snaggletooth and then him to you. Yeah, and yes, you're going to be head to head against Timothy.
I did good. Here you go.
You did great.
Yeah.
Is Snaggletooth there with your mug? He was just holding your mug, just hands it to her.
Thank you.
Man,
Thank you.
Okay.
Hey,
I
no force
deserved
can
it.
stop you coming back to this here mug, is there?
No. Proper motivation.
So the stone goes over to you, Keek. You get in your arms, and immediately, again, it kind of shifts and tosses you around. And you can see that's basically happening to everybody, with the exception of Timothy's team, who seem to be professionals, and it doesn't seem to be affecting them whatsoever. So,
Lloyd, you might want to take a peek at the rock over there while me and Snaggletooth run this. That seems a mite suspicious.
all right. So, Keek, you're next. Put together a pool that you think for running a stone from your leg, what you'll say is like through a series of, you have like a series of like hay mounds that you have to kind of climb over top of and climb over top of and climb over top of.
Well,
So what do you think could help you in that?
Strong as an ox, I can lift heavy loads, and under
Sure.
Highlander,
Ooh.
I am hardy.
Nice.
+2.
I think the strong as an ox and lift heavy loads for sure.
Mhm.
I don't know about hardy, but I think the other two for sure.
Oh, sorry. Lift heavy loads is under strong as an ox. I assume that
You
would
get 'em
just
both.
be a 1.
Mhm.
Oh,
Nope,
okay.
you get them both. Yeah. So +2 for those, but you get -1 because of behind 1. That status behind 1.
Jeff, you said I'm climbing many hay barrels, right? What
there you go.
is a hay barrel if
I see where you're
not a
going.
small mountain?
I'll take that. I'll take Mountaineer. Yeah, you can have it. Absolutely. You can take Mountaineer.
Nice.
I love it. Okay.
Nice.
So you've got three positive, 1 negative, and so that means
Thank
you have
you.
a +2. So 2d6 +2.
Excellent. Thank you.
While you're putting that pool together, I'm going to say thank you, Raiders, from DM Chromie and Diesel
Awesome.
Shot. Thank you so much for the raids.
Thank you so much for
Nice.
those raids. Really do appreciate it. Hope you all doing well. This is our first session. We're doing some festival games. All right. How did you do? A 10. Okay,
10,
that's
10,
great.
10.
I skipped the GM moderation. I didn't let you choose that.
Oh no, but yeah, you guys can go ahead and do that. You guys go ahead and skip it. 10 is perfect. So 10 is a complete success. So and you had, I think, a total of 2 power, right? So let's talk a little bit about
Yes.
detailed outcomes, because I'm going to call this we'll say this is a detailed outcome, which means that you have 2 power to spend, Kipser. You can spend power on a few different things. So one of the things you can spend power on is kind of creating a tag. You can spend 2 power to create a tag, or you can spend 1 power to add a status or reduce a status. So like hypothetically, you could spend 1 of your power to get rid of behind -1, and then another power to create a status of ahead plus, +1 or something like that.
That was my goal. Was I was going to switch to head. Yes. So I will remove behind and add a head
Okay, so we'll say
as I hand off to Snaggle.
Oh,
perfect.
boy.
So ahead 1. All right, so something happens maybe with Talman. Maybe Talman, like the guy who was sort of running that same, maybe his foot got caught at one point in the hay and he fell and tumbled, and it took him a little bit to get up, and that gave Keek a chance to get ahead. And the two of you, your 2 teams are clearly the ones that are well out in front. You're competing against children, some old fisher folk who are too drunk to do anything. And so these are seriously the two actual competitors. And so Snaggletooth, you get yours.
All right.
But Snaggletooth, you seem to be moving through this little section of the obstacle course where you have a cart that's tipped, and then it kind of angles in to another cart which is tipped upwards, which then is on a wheel and is going to slide and move. And so you're getting into this very Rube Goldberg-like section of it where you're going up and down and shifting through all of these different preset carts.
Okay.
What do you think you're doing?
All right. Well, it's a good thing for me that I'm country strong. You know what else? I'm real good at holds and grapples, so I can get myself a strong grip. And you know what else? We just talked about my big old beaver tail, and I am resourceful as a beaverkin. That beaver tail can actually be an additional point of contact to the ground as I'm rumbling and fumbling and tumbling, so I could every now and then just put a little weight on that tail. Not for too long, but just enough to keep from losing my balance too much.
Okay, so let's go through these again. You got country strong, absolutely. Holds and grapples, I'll take it. Resourceful.
Or I wasn't sure if it'd be
Resourceful
better that or beaverkin because the tail is part of being beaverkin. I don't know. It was just tossing it out as an
I would say you would want to do probably a setup action with it to kind of give you like because to me to give yourself like some kind of like balance tag or whatever. Like maybe you're like planning out how it works, something like that.
Oh, I see.
So if you want to roll a quick setup action with like Beaverkin to try to kind of get your yourself, like try to figure out your balance. Maybe you take an extra second as you step onto the first cart and you feel it shift under your weight to see if you can adjust your balance.
Okay.
Go ahead and do that.
Basically, I do an initial one with like Beaverkin, just Beaverkin and possibly resourceful for trying to do the balancing.
I'll take that too. Yeah,
okay.
I'll take both of those.
So do that. So that's a 2. Rolling.
All right.
Oh, I see now. I can. Ooh, strong hit.
Okay, strong hit. Excellent. So that means wait, hang on.
No.
No, you didn't.
Well, it said it a second ago.
No, that was what's it called?
Oh, my
that
page
was
is just
Kipser's
really slow loading. So I was
It's
like,
just a little
Yeah.
oh wait, no,
because
that's
it like
just,
takes it away. Yeah, I gotta turn off like
That's
approval.
fair.
I think there's
Of
probably
course
a way to
I
turn
would.
off approval.
This is I hate setup actions. I always fail them.
Okay, so what I'm going to unfortunately do to you because I'm a jerk, I'm going to say
I should
that you have
never roll when
you're
I don't
out of
need to.
balance. Okay, so you
Yeah,
are.
it's all good.
This system
It's-
always burns me when I try to use setup actions. I should learn my lesson and never do them.
Well, it's the only way you're never going to use some of those tags.
I
It's
know.
fun. It's
So you
fun.
you're a little imbalanced. You misjudge, but you are ahead, and those two things
Okay.
effectively will cancel each other out.
Okay.
So since those
There
two
you
things
go.
cancel each other out,
Just
so
a
like
straight
basically
roll.
it's just with your whatever tags that you're using.
Yeah. So basically, I'll
Yeah, you
do
still have
country
plus 2.
strong and holds and grapples is like I'm
Holds
gonna
and
keep a good
grapples.
grip.
Because you've got a good grip on the thing.
Okay. So we'll hope for a
You
better roll
got
this
this.
time.
I have faith in you.
Eh.
Yeah,
Okay.
you got it.
All right, 7. So mixed hit. So it's a little bit dicey for you, Snaggletooth. I'm gonna say that you, as you're kind of like moving through, like you get your balance eventually, but in the process of it taking a little bit longer, obviously you're going to get behind -1 again. I'm just using this because it's simple. And so I'm going to say that's the consequence. You fall a little bit behind. As you can see, Timothy's sister is probably the one who is doing like the second to last leg of this relay. You can see she kind of gets out in front of you, and then she turns around as she hops down at the very end, looks at you and gives you a big like bucktooth grin, and then like with one hand hands it off to Timothy, who starts racing towards the finish line.
You
get to the
ran
end.
a great race there, Missy. I'm sure you're proud to see you work so hard.
I wish I could say the same about you, Snaggletooth, but you look like your drunken friend over there. She had more balance than you. Don't you know which way's up, which way's down?
Well, that's fair. That is fair.
He's just setting up our friend Lloyd to come from behind and win this thing.
Okay. So
We'll stand
Lloyd,
behind Morgan and Snaggletooth and just scowl down at her from above.
Oh, she's really tall. Oh, and she seems to be standing just okay, unlike you.
and then Lloyd, it is your turn. You're behind. You can see Timothy out in front. He kind of looks over at you. He gives you a little bit of a wink, and you can see he's just racing down. And as you do, you can see like this last leg is like this narrow lane, and on either side of it, you can see that there's like volunteers that have these kind of stuffed sacks, and they're just like kind of hitting people as they go past, and they're just trying to like knock the stone loose from Timothy, but he's just like definitely moving and not letting anyone strip it. So Lloyd, you are behind. You're behind one again. What is your pool? How do you want to go about trying to move?
Well,
through
Ray and
there?
Snaggletooth, I'm going to finish this for us. And I've got a couple here. Acrobatic agility. I'm a sprinter. I
Nice.
even got dodge harm for the obstacles.
Nice.
Oh, that
And then
sounds
I've
great.
got-
For sure.
Yeah, I've got other ones too.
Perfect.
Like maybe I could sneak in. Like learning environments. I was here setting up. Maybe I know the grounds.
That's fair. We can do a
Ooh.
retroactive. Let's do a retroactive, like a setup action. So this is like this. We'll do this from before when you were looking at it. Go ahead and give me like a roll with that tag. So 2d6 plus 1 with that tag.
Okay, this is my first time rolling and playing the system, so let me see if I'm doing this right.
Okay.
So do I click
no
my
worries.
tag or do I click roll dice?
You click the tags to activate the ones that are going to be part of
Oh,
your
gotcha.
thing, and then you click on the little acorn die. It's a pretty cool system, actually. Looks really nice.
There's 3 options on the roll, like quick track to mitigate. Is that
Quick.
Yeah, we're gonna call.
quick?
No, this is
Okay.
we're gonna call this. This is tracked. I think they actually call it in Legend of the Mist. It's called detailed, but tracked is sort of previous language. But it's the same thing because we want to see like how well you do and how many points that you have to spend.
Okay, I got an 8 on it.
Okay, fair enough. You have 1 power, so we can give you a status. For instance, you can like when you're doing detailed or tracked rolls, if you're successful. All the power that you have, which is essentially your bonus, you can spend on basically buying or getting effects. And there's all sorts of different effects, and some of it can be fairly loosey-goosey, but some of it can be very specific. Really, generally, you can spend 2 power to get a tag, to like either create a tag for the situation or remove a tag. You could spend 1 power to get a tier of a status. The difference between a status and a tag is just sort of like a semi-permanent concept that it is or it isn't, whereas a status has different tiers. There's like a number next to it. It goes up. So like drunken 1, shit-face 2, like completely blitz 3, like, and you keep kind of going up depending upon how drunk you get, right? So with your 1 power, you could create a status effectively. So you could just give yourself prepared or something like that. Prepared 1.
Where would I add that?
On your sheet. So on your sheet, you could either, let me see. Question. I think you can put it in your.
There's like a little notes thing. Like for my short on cast, I just put it in notes. But there's
Or you can put it in your backpack too.
Yeah.
Backpack is
Yeah,
just
because
like
in backpack you can click it
concept.
to add the tag.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, I pulled out physical D6 for an alternative. Just
You're welcome. You guys are always welcome to roll physically if you want. That's fine. So basically, you are behind 1, but you're also prepared. So those two things cancel each other out because you get a -1 because you're behind. You get a +1 because you're prepared. And then look at all the other tags that you're using to try to finish this last leg, and those will give you like your bonus for the roll. So your acrobatic, your sprint, and your dodge harm will give you effectively +3.
I'll do +3 for my leg of the obstacle here.
Okay. Okay.
A 9.
All right. So you've got 3 power to spend on this. So what that means is that you could, similar to what Kipster did, you can spend 1 point to buy down like you're behind. You can spend, 2 points to create a tag that says winner. Like you could just say like we win, like something as simple as that.
I'll go with that simple example you just gave then.
Okay.
So
Did we win?
1 behind, and then 2 for
Yes.
win.
So describe what it looks like as you have this come from behind victory on Timothy as you're going through this alleyway where people are hitting you with stuffed sacks and trying to knock the rock out of your hand.
Grabbing the boulder from Snaggletooth. Nice transfer over, and I'm taking 3 fast steps to get a nice move on the sprint. The first attacker, dodge his move with the slide under. Continue to the next obstacle. Stare him down. Make sure he doesn't hit me. He's actually standing there and forgets to swing, so I just run right past him.
So good.
Then I'm yelling
So
at Timothy. This one's mine, Timothy.
So, and he eventually comes in second, and he's like, wait a second. He cheated. He was cheating. I saw him beforehand, and he was making sure that he set up the cart wrong so that Tom would fall, and then once Tom fell, like we fell behind, and he's a cheater. He's a cheater. He's always been a cheater. We all know the Grovers are cheaters. Everyone's heard that. Grovers cheat at everything. They cheat at cards. They cheat at life. They cheat at marriage. They're just a bunch of cheaters. And you can see like people are kind of starting to crowd around. Some people are agreeing, some people are not.
You talked.
I tell you what, your team ran a phenomenal race, but it ain't no grace in being
They
a sore
didn't.
loser. Now what I'd like to do is help you drown your sorrows, and I would like to buy you a drink because you did compete very well. So did your sister. So did that poet fella. We're just real proud of how hard you worked.
That's some toxic positivity there, Snaggletooth. No one really needs it. Okay, we don't need your fake
No
charity.
one needs
we
your
can buy our
fake
own
news
drinks.
either.
Oh, I don't
Everyone
understand.
needs my news isn't
Your
fake.
fake news.
My news
Why
is
don't-
not fake.
Fake
knew
Why
this
don't you go do that
well
then?
researched.
If you can go buy a drink elsewhere, why don't you just go do that then?
But he cheated. You saw. Everyone saw he cheated.
No, they would highly disagree that they did not see it. They saw a fair race, except for your slander and unheard rumors. And I would like to try to intimidate him if I could.
Sure. Absolutely. This will just be a quick outcome. We won't even worry about so all it is like put together your pool. Like, what are your tags?
Rough, intimidating, scowl.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably the main ones for this roll.
Perfect. Makes sense. Give it a roll.
Roll. Skip. There we go.
Okay.
Oh,
dear.
oh no. That's 2 1s. That's
Yep,
2 1s.
that is terrible.
2 1s is
That is
always
never mind.
a failure.
So, what is it you say that is extremely awful? Like that, like you just go too far. You say something really, really bad. And what you don't realize is standing right behind you is the mayor as you say it to
Oh
him.
no.
Oh.
We all know your parents left you for a reason.
Oh my.
What's and you see his lip starts to quiver a little bit. And then you hear, I should have practiced voices. You hear the voice behind you of the mayor. Geek Namara. What's wrong with you?
Shit.
What kind of thing do you say? Yeah. What's wrong with you? That's cruel. That's cruel is what it is. Oh,
if you're going to work in the town and if you're going to deal with all these folk, then you need to have a little bit better customer service than that. You have to be nicer. You can't be walking around saying such awful things to him. That's not this kind of way. We know you're from the mountain clans, but that's not how we do it here. We're polite people. And that wasn't polite. Now, what do you have to say for yourself?
Morgan will put her arm around Kick. She's very sorry, Mayor. She is very, very, very sorry.
Well,
right? And she just kind of like
I
kick on the back.
think everyone would like to hear it from her.
I apologize for going too far against the little liar.
Now see, that's not an apology. You can't say they're sorry and then be insulting at the same time. Come on. Now, I want to hear a real apology. Or you know what? No more festival for you. You're gone. You're out of here. We're not going to have that kind of attitude here. We're not going to bring down First Fall with that kind of attitude.
Now, Mayor, she apologized for going too far. Are we also going to ask for an
Miss
apology for
Tyler.
the slander? There was slander afoot,
She
and I don't
clearly-
think we stand for that either.
If you think that was a good apology, then you've been drinking already too much. It was quite cruel.
It was
Now
cruel,
look
and
at
she
him.
apologized
He's gonna
for
cry.
that.
Look at the poor boy, and you can see like his like lips quivering, and like his sister is like next to him, and then she's just like, Mom and Dad, and they just got sick. That's all. Because like what you said about him sort of transfers to her, and the two of them feel really, really bad. And like other people are like starting to crowd around them, and be like, "Don't listen to her. She's just a big angry mountaineer. Don't listen. You know how they are, gruff and uncouth, and like all these whispering." And the mayor's got her arms crossed, looking up at you because you're way taller than her, but she's nonetheless
All right.
doing it.
I apologize for my words.
Now, that's much better. Well, doesn't everyone feel better now? Everyone feels better.
Yeah, I don't always love some of the things you say there, Timothy, but I do understand what it's like not to have your folks around, and I am real sorry about that, and I do mean no toxicity within it when I offer you a drink, you and your sister both.
I don't really feel like having a drink with you, Snaggletooth. I think we've all said what we've needed to say. I think we just better go our separate ways. And you can see he starts walking away, and the mayor's like, oh, Timothy. And she like catches up and like puts one arm around, Timothy, one arm around like his sister. And you can hear like she's just chatting him up and laughing. And then right as they're almost completely out of earshot, Lloyd, you watch as Timothy looks over his shoulder and he makes just a shit-eating grin face right at you and laughs and then turns back around, and the three of them continue to walk back towards the rest of the festival.
I'll tell you what, I actually felt bad for that son of a bitch for a second.
How he is his way with words.
I don't
I
like-
should have been a
But we won it
stage
over.
actor.
We're the winners this year.
Lord,
We did it. We did it.
You're like greased lightning out there. And Keek, no, you're a giant leaping over everything. Morgan, you never stop. I'm just glad I didn't completely bungle it for the team.
Y'all did fine.
Me as well.
Snaggletooth, you did fine. Lloyd, you were amazing.
And Morgan's gonna kind of like pick up Lloyd and kind of that like overly kind of exuberant like, you brought us to victory, and kind of try to hoist him. You did it.
Oh, let me help.
Careful, you're gonna drop me.
No, I would never do that. And she kind of like regains her balance a bit, and she kind of hands her tankard over to Snaggletooth to hold. I've got you with both ends.
One hand for each of you.
Carry me to the next event.
Absolutely. Which way? Which way are we going?
Is it not the drinking event next that you're participating in, Morgan?
Well, I usually leave that toward the end. I may want to do the fishing pole
Yeah.
first, and then I can drink more to dull the pain of the fishhooks in my hand.
Okay.
I
So you want to head down to the shore a little bit? It's not the docks itself, but you can see like there's this like kind of gray colored sand that extends and a little bit of rockiness in it, but a lot of the shells and the rocks have been spread out and it's got this smooth kind of gray area. And you can see these long nets have been stretched out. You can head over there if you like.
And Morgan is just like got Lloyd up, kind of just like hoisted the whole way. Everyone else looking like they're having a good time there, Lloyd.
It's a Dual Festival.
That's good.
I'll make sure to take a second. That boy who may have stolen something from me, but nonetheless, I'll make sure to compliment him on his race as well.
Okay. So you give him a little compliment, the little shit who took stuff from Kale, and he just looks up. Well, actually, he's barely taller.
He's probably
You're
like a little
5.
bit taller. Yeah, I'm
He's
like
a little
not
taller
even quite
than me.
5 feet tall.
Yeah, so he's probably just a little bit taller than you. He looks down, and he's got this kind of like he's like sucking on a lemon. Congratulations for your win.
I mean, that was mostly Lord. That wasn't me. But
I agree. You almost fell.
I did. Man, I wish I was half as agile as you. But you know what? You give it a couple years' time, you're going to put Lloyd and Timothy to shame.
It's really hard to like be mad at you and make fun of you when you're just like really nice all the time. So quit it.
Why? You did great.
Cause.
Okay.
But no, I didn't. We didn't win.
You still did great. You want to come do the fishing pole with us? You get them strong hands. I can see it.
Okay. You gonna be my partner?
Hell yeah.
Well, all right.
I want to win this
all
one.
right,
So
yeah.
I'm recruiting the best.
All right. Let's give this kid a game finally. Since like
you really
talking so much.
really layered it on him.
Oh, my
Snaggletooth
goodness.
is like incredibly naively positive.
I mean, it's working. You're turning this kid into like a good kid through sheer like wall of kindness. No other options.
Let me pull from my list of names. Tovis Gran.
Tovis
So I'm just going to
Gran.
put
All
little
right.
shit in my notes. And that should be enough.
Tovis Gran, little shit.
There's a few of those.
That's how that works. Yeah, it's strange. Okay, so you head on down, and so you've got Snaggletooth and Tovis are on a team. Is anybody else competing?
Of course.
Who's your teammate?
Kick, obviously.
Okay.
Nice.
I was gonna say you might want to take Lloyd because right now I've got a little bit of everybody's giving me a stink eye.
Yeah, and you could tell everyone, like even those who weren't near the finish line, you can see like word has started to spread because that's what he does. Is he spreads rumors, and everyone, and you whisper over, and everyone says like they kind of point, and you hear like random like mentions because like your mountain clan that's not really a common thing down here. I mean, that's a little bit further to the north, but like here you are, and there's like uncouth and like rough and tumble and like barbaric, all sorts of random little things that you've heard. And you thought probably maybe you think like you've been through this before, like you have a smith, like we should be done with this by now, but it doesn't seem to be the case.
So Morgan had sort of hoisted Lloyd earlier and kind of like, you want to extend your win streak there, Lloyd?
I thought it was Hickory. Where's he been?
You know what? He went off somewhere. He said he was going to join, but you know how he is, keeps his own schedule.
Not much a fisher, but I'll join you.
Just got to use those hands.
So you come down and you see it's not so much like it's like a contest in a sense. It's like 2v2s and such, and so everyone like winner takes this and winner takes that, and so you can see that there's some familiar folks. Morgan, maybe there's like the wily old harbor master. Should I ask you for a name, Morgan? If you knew, Melissa, should I ask you for that, or should I just come up with one?
I mean, it's Harbor Master Smythe.
Okay. Okay. So you see old Smythy McGee is there. and he's much too old to do this himself. And you can also see that he's got like a peg leg. He's very classic like that. And so like he's like given the rules, and you can see there's two groups on either side. There's a line drawn in the sand. They've got this long net. And he's like, now listen to me. You guys are yeah, you do. And if you don't go like that, and then you let go and you fall and you loot. Okay? And if you get close to the line and you loot. Alright? And if your hand gets cut off, well, that's just what happens. Understand? And everyone's just like, huh? What? And like you can see there's a couple other fisher folks like, got it, boss. And like then you see like the pulling start to happen. You hear like screeching as like people kind of get like hooks in their hands, like ah! And they pull their hand off the net. And as they pull their hand off the net yanks in the other direction, and in doing so they lose, right? And so that's kind of part of it. So you see this happen. You see a couple different matches here and there, and then eventually we'll say Snaggletooth and Tovis, you go up, and we've got Morgan, and then you're going against Morgan. And who did we end up making your partner? Was it Lloyd or okay? And
Lloyd.
Yep.
Lloyd.
Yep.
Okay.
And so can I do a like kind of a bit of setup assist action? So with my fisherwoman tag, I would like to attempt to give Lloyd some tips for sort of like how hooks are attached to a net, and so like kind of how to hold it so that it's less likely that like even if you grab a hook, you're going to grab where it's connected to the net, not the sharp piece of it. So I would like to try to assist Lloyd in that way.
Sure. I think that sounds great. Go ahead, put together, you've got what, fisherwoman?
Yep.
What else you got?
And that's really the only one I think that would apply to this. Kind of what I'm trying to like. I mean, I have cheer them on, so like this is my way of like sort of like
I'll take that,
helping him. Okay.
Yeah.
So I've got a +2, and I rolled a 9, so that's an 11.
Ooh.
Okay. So if you want, so we can say, so you've got 2 power, so you can kind of give Lloyd a tag of some kind. What do you want to give him?
I like, just prepared.
Again, so yeah. So you can take that prepared, you can keep that prepared, because you had prepared from the other place, which would have left once that scene was over, because we were done with that. But now you get it again, but this time you get it for the tug of war here.
Awesome.
Nice.
Okay.
So you don't hold it here, but you hold it here. But if you feel it pinching, just hold it with these two, and then it'll be easier for you.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right. So let's just do like a fun little quick contested roll between the two of you. So Snaggletooth, you'll roll for your team. You'll have a tag of Tovis, so like you'll get like a +1 power from him.
Okay.
And then Lloyd and Morgan, one of you can make the roll. So we could say Lloyd makes the roll, as Morgan, you've already kind of set him up. And then like Lloyd can make the roll, and we'll just see who rolls higher.
Okay. Right. Well, I'll let you guys go first.
Pull, you've got this. Pull.
Good job, both.
A cheerleader.
Yay.
Our gruff cheerleader.
Okay.
The tag wasn't adding, so I just put a random one in.
Okay, that's fine. Oh, that's a really good roll.
Oh, that's
So nice.
Lloyd.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, Lord.
All right, Snaggletooth. Can you do better?
I don't know.
You
So
and
I am
Tobis?
country strong. I'm good at holds and
Mhm.
grapples. I've got Tobis. And I wonder, could I try to leverage Heart of Gold? Because I am trying to do this to help prop Tobis up, help him be a little bit less of a shit.
I don't think that necessarily helps
I
you
know.
with pulling the net, though.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you got +3.
Yeah, I got +3. It's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Lloyd's day, or is
Could be.
Snaggletooth gonna
I mean, that strong hit
bring the team
probably
along?
going to do it.
We'll see. We'll see how you do. Yep, that definitely is going to do it, because that's a. You guys do okay. It's a big hit, so it's a success, but a success with consequence. And I'm just going to say the consequence is obviously that you two lose, but it's a tight. It's going back and forth.
Got a big one.
You got it. You've got it in you. Today's your day. You've got this.
And like you hear like Tobias is just like, pull. They're so strong.
Why are they so strong?
As he's pulling with you, Snaggletooth.
We're doing good. You got your feet planted just right, Tobus.
And then with one last like tug, the two of you just go flying and you fall, get dragged across the earth, and Lloyd and Morgan are victorious.
And Morgan again will kind of like hoist Lloyd up. It's your day. It's your day. We are going to win all of the things today, I predict.
Got so many wins.
Man, you all did great. Your grip was perfect. Tobus, I'm sorry I let you down, but I tell you what, if it wasn't for me holding you back, you probably would have won this.
You're being too hard on yourself, Snaggletooth. You did well. Lloyd just can't be beat today. That's just how it is.
That is something.
Congratulations.
Good job, young chap. Morgan sort of like pats Tobus on the shoulder. Good attempt. Maybe next time.
Man, I'll tell you what, we give you another year, you're going to be a tour de force out here.
He's gonna have this for sure. Maybe next fall.
This might be my year. What other events are there? I'm gonna win them all.
So
I really think you're going to beat Morgan at the drinking contest now.
Not much of a drinker, but it can't be that hard.
Also, I'd love to see you try to drag a goat across town.
Oh yeah, yes. I want to see that.
I'll cheer at the finish line for you.
I see the go to two myself.
Snaggletooth, I figure with your farming, you might also want to do that.
Cake's got a point. You might do very well with that.
I don't do a whole lot with livestock, but you know what? I'm not going to turn down the chance to participate.
Cake and I will wait at the end and cheer you both on.
Well, you're so kind. I appreciate it.
I'll make sure you don't pre-drink too much.
Okay. So
I've got to leave a little room for the
leash.
contest. Can't fill my belly up yet.
Okay, so you're gonna do a goat on a leash. You guys. So this is Lloyd and Snaggletooth that are gonna do this.
Sure.
Is that right? Okay, it's totally
Yeah.
solo. So you get one goat per person, and then you guys are all just trying to get to the end. And if you get to the end, apparently you get some fancy meal. Is what you've heard. When you head over to the pen, you can see that there's all manner of goats. Some of which are like these huge hulking kind of black fur. They look like something out of hell. And then others are like, smaller and like they're a little bit quicker and very loud. And a few of them sound like humans. Like you suddenly hear like a and then other times you just hear like a scream like ah! Ah! And you look over and it's a goat that is making that sound. And so there's just goats galore. So you guys could pick which goat you want. You can see they're all sort of moving around and like there's a couple different people who are kind of tending them, that they're keeping them. The most notable one is a man by the name of Branrick Bell, and he sees like the two of you coming up, and he's like,
So step right up here. Come on, lads. Come on in. Take a look around. All of me precious goats. They're all healthy. They're all athletic. They're all going to do you proud. They're going to do you real proud. Now, understand, we haven't given them the smell yet, so we don't quite know how they're going to react to it. But I tell you this, they're all good goats. They're real good. Which one you fancy?
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I'm gonna go with the
and you
big
hear
one.
it. You point at one, you just hear, "Meow," and it comes trots over.
Oh, jeez, you've got Big Bertha. Oh, are you sure you can handle Big Bertha? She's almost as big as you are there, Snaggletooth.
Probably bigger.
Oh, well, she's probably weighs a bit more. Oh, she's got a real big rump on her, if you take a look.
And so like he comes over and he hands the leash, like this long kind of leather strap, puts it in your hand.
Now, you know the rules. You can't let go,
Mhm.
and you got to make sure you get to the end, right? Don't let Bertha tell you which way to go. You make sure you're the boss. You understand?
Right.
Who's the boss, Snaggletooth?
You are?
No. You're the boss. I'm not the boss.
Okay.
So
I'm
who's
the
the boss,
boss.
Snaggletooth? There you go. Yes, you are.
And then you hear like when he asks that, like who's the boss, you hear Bertha go, "Meh."
No, not you.
Is it
Not
okay
you.
for me to give her a snack beforehand?
Well, what you planning to give her? She's got a very particular diet. You know?
No, I've got a carrot. I've got a radish.
Oh, she loves radishes. Oh, she loves them. Yeah, go ahead and give her a radish.
All right.
to you. She's
Because I had an idea
She
to
starts
do a
eating
prep
around.
action between.
Mhm.
I have vegetable gardens, so I constantly have just vegetables on me, and I also have traditional remedy. So I was going to try and find something that might counteract the cheese, like making it go too crazy. Like maybe it's like a
Ooh.
particularly aromatic veggie that I give it, so maybe it will
Okay.
kind of keep it from going too crazy with the cheese.
All right, give me that roll. 2d6, and it sounds like you're tapping into 2 tags.
Why not?
Yeah, go for it.
Nice.
Cue
Doing
Jeremy.
what you're good at.
Jeremy rolling bad and hating the system in 3.
Nah, I got this. I got this.
1.
Nah,
Oh, he crushes
I don't
it.
regret
There you
anything.
go. Okay.
Look at you.
That is a
Strong
12.
hit.
So that means because you have because you rolled a 12. One of the things I should say, by the way, if you roll a 10 or above on a situation like where you're spending power, not only do you get the power that you have, but you can optionally take a consequence to get an extra power. So like if you wanted to say like, you know what, I'll take a little consequence to get 3 power, and then you can spend 3 power however you want to kind of create whatever statuses or tags or effects that you want.
I don't know what I would do. Like, I kind of just want Big Bertha to be like cooperative.
Okay.
Maybe like a
Just that and
2-point
that's what's
tag of cooperative. Like
Make the
she's
tag.
willing to work with me.
Perfect.
All right. Bertha is cooperative. Excellent. I like it. Okay. What about you, Lloyd? So he's gonna so Brannock is gonna turn over to you like, well,
Hello there. Hello, it's a fine hat you've got on. That's a real fine hat. You've got an eye for goats.
You're looking at a 2-time winner.
2 times. Oh, which events did you win there?
Finally beat Timothy in this relay.
Oh, that little shit. I'm so glad someone put it right in his face like that. I'm so tired. You know, he says all sorts of nasty things about me goats. He says that they're, little devil creatures or something. I don't know. It's very mean. I don't like it at all. He says that the elves out there, they put spells on me goats. That the goats are just, just wandering around. He came up with the story that old Bertha was a reincarnated version of me old wife, which is absolutely probably not true, but they have the
That's
same
ridiculous.
name, but it's purely coincidence.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
I think that goat over there is screaming my name.
Oh, that one.
oh, and you just hear, Lloyd. Lloyd.
Yeah, that's the one.
This
Your
tiny.
goat sound is like so good.
I love goats, dude. I love goats. I love making goat sounds. Oh my god. Oh jeez. So you can see this tiny little goat. This like it almost looks like a pygmy goat. It's like so small, bright white. It's the complete opposite of Bertha. Is that the one you want?
I'll take it.
Okay. So
You sure you can handle that one? We call that one a rabbit.
The rabbit, eh?
Yes, we do. She might not look like much, but I'll tell you, she's a vicious one. She's a vicious and terrible thing, that one. She'll bite your finger off. Yes, your finger.
I'm gonna need those, but we'll cross that line.
Okay, well, it's your funeral there. But hey, you've won twice before, so clearly you know what you're doing. Today's your day. The maker's with you, isn't he? Oh, wonderful.
so he's gonna hand you the leash, and you can see just trotting up, Lloyd, Lloyd, and just kind of and like their head is just smashing into your like foreheading, smashing into your shin, and then kind of look.
It's okay. That means she likes you. That's what it means. It's a good sign. It's a good sign. Yeah, it's real
We're
good.
gonna make a great team, rabbit.
Lloyd. And so,
Oh, okay. Well, good luck, both of you.
and you see he goes back to like where he's got like his little setup, a couple crates and things like that, and he grabs this scented, like you can look at it, looks like moist and it's just like there's flies and bugs kind of coming out of it, and he brings it over, and he has like a mask over his own face so he doesn't smell it, and he just holds it underneath each of the goats' mouths, and like they get it, and they're like, and immediately they both bolt. But Bertha, being relatively cooperative, like she bolts, but then when she feels like the tug from Snaggletooth, you can see that she stops, turns back, and then like, but at the same time, she's still pulling and pulling. Rabbit, meanwhile, completely lost her shit, and she's just like jumping, leaping over this, darting this way, darting that way. So let's just do a few quick outcomes. Both of you give me a roll. All right. Lloyd, you've got Rabbit, so you have so you're going to take a -1 to this because she's crazy. And then Snaggletooth, you get a +1 from Bertha being cooperative. Don't forget.
Okay. Well, I'm good at maintaining
Meanwhile,
a hold.
Morgan and Kick were at kind of where they're supposed to go, and Morgan kind of leaning over to Kick. So, you want to put a wager on this?
Can you afford it?
I've always got coin for drink, which literally is the item that I have in my backpack is coin for drink. So,
All right. Well, we voting for? Are
Okay,
you
guys, don't roll
gambling
yet.
for?
Don't roll yet. We're actually going to make this a real bet. Okay.
Nice.
We're gambling for. Do you want Lloyd or Snaggletooth or one of the other ones? Did Timothy end up joining this? I want to.
No. No, you don't see him.
I think it's just our boys. Seems to be Lloyd's day, so I think I'll take him.
All right. Well, I'll believe in Snaggletooth. Eventually, he's got to do a little bit of something.
What a vote of confidence. All right, I've got 2 coins on Lloyd then.
What is Keek putting up?
I
For the bet.
got. I suppose I've got a soothing salve. I figured she uses this sort of lotion when blacksmithing if she gets cracks in her skin or something.
Okay. All right. So you're basically
You know
like
that-
you're wagering your backpack items with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
I like
That,
it.
that would be helpful because I gave my tips to Lloyd on how not to take a fish hook in the hand, and I didn't listen to it myself, so that would be useful.
Yes, that was unfortunate for you.
You've got this, boys. Fast as you go.
Thank you
You
real
got
much.
it.
All right, guys. Give me the rolls. Let's see how we do.
Okay.
Lloyd
Could it be
and-
reasonably argued that as a homesteader, as a farmer, I've got some affinity with farm animals?
I think so. I think that's totally
Okay.
fair.
And then part of it is also maintaining a good hold on the leash, so maybe holds and grapples.
I'll take it. Sure.
And then probably just +1 for cooperative.
Okay. Long space as Jeremy counts up all the things that help him.
Yeah,
All
now
right,
we
so it
just have
sounds
to
like-
hope Jeremy doesn't roll like Jeremy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all right. I got this.
Missed engine.
I've got
hates it.
sprint
okay.
if that helps me at all.
Okay. Jeremy rolled a 12. That's
Oh, that looks
phenomenal.
Wow.
I'm
Okay.
riding on
So
Bertha.
that's-
I don't know how it happened.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, she's almost as big as you, so it's not unreasonable. What about you, Lloyd?
Can I get sprint to cancel out the consequence of -1?
Oh, you definitely
That's
use
fun.
sprint because she
Yeah.
is taking you this way and that way. She's hopping up on roofs. She's jumping on piles of crates. She's darting through all these different, these different groups of people here and there. So yeah, you need to keep up with her for sure. So sprint. Anything else?
Our village. I'm in our village.
Ah.
I'll
I
give you
mean,
because you know the way.
you-
Sure.
What about
Yeah,
just
that's fair.
acrobatic agility? Like just the top line power of acrobatic agility
sounds the
plus
same.
sprint?
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think for sure
Lloyd's
because
got this.
she's taking you up onto like you're going up on the roofs, like you're trying to get her down from an eave here or there. Like yeah, for sure.
Got this.
Come on,
Lloyd.
the finish line's this way.
All right.
And then-
Lloyd,
Time for the hat trick. You got it.
and don't forget the -1 from having Rabbit, who is crazy. She'll the size of her bones and her teeth.
Come on, acorn gods, give me something.
Acorn gods.
Not quite.
That is a 7.
Yeah.
It's like literally the opposite of the other
The
roll.
tug of war, yeah.
All right, so describe it then. What goes wrong, Lloyd? What goes wrong for you? Why can't you keep up with Snaggletooth?
Every time the rabbit gets up on the roof, I gotta climb up, bring her down.
Oh, man.
She comes right back up. I lose the
Lloyd!
leash. Where are you?
Lloyd!
I hear you, but I can't see you.
Lloyd! And like you climb up onto the roof and you can see like she's just partially gone down a chimney. The smoke's coming up and she's just kind of like hanging there, like up at the chimney, and she's just like kind of rolling around as the smoke comes up. She's so small, she's just hanging there, and you're able to pull her up. She's got a little soot in her face and stuff. Her beautiful white coat has been tarnished, and she just looks up at you, Lloyd, and just licks your face.
Yeah, you're a real one, aren't you?
And then she like starts to snip, like she's gonna bite you a bit.
Oh, my fingers, I need them.
And then eventually we see you climb back down, and you're far too late, as like maybe you're up on like the Root and Thyme, which is like the general store here, and you climb down and you can see like hands on hips, the store under is just like,
Are you crazy? What are you climbing up on the roof for? You're gonna get yourself killed. You're gonna fall
There's a
right
goat on
through
your
the
roof?
thing.
I was just getting the goats. It's all right.
Oh, you're just getting a goat. Okay, well that makes perfect sense. You're just getting a goat. I see. Learn how to control her, for crying out loud. This is your. Oh, you took Rabbit. You're a brave lad. You're a brave lad. And he holds up his hand, and you can see like 2 of his fingers are missing. And then when we see Snaggletooth eventually gets to the other side of town, there is this kind of large silo. It's called the grain hall. It's this communal storage area. And we can see that there's like a little group that's around it. And amongst that group, you see like a man that you would all be familiar with. So Snaggletooth and everybody else. And he's like it's probably middle-aged, maybe pushing into his later years, but you would know him as like as like, you might call him Father Poe, you might call him Brother Poe, you might call him Conor. Like he's essentially a preacher. He kind of gives sermons and such at the House of Two, which is like the chapel in town and such, where he gives sermons about the Maker and the Unmaker and all that kind of such. And you've all had some run-ins with him in the wild. Most recently, he asked for some help from some folks when he was going to read some runes that was at the Ancient Henge. And as you guys were doing it, a golem awoke and kind of chased you all away. And you can see that he's got some sort of large piece of maybe the top of like a wheat plant, and and it's like burning a little bit, and he's just blessing this large grain haul. And that's where we see Snaggletooth come finally to the other side. We can see that there's a little post. We know that's the place to go. And you have made it across Snaggletooth.
Hi there, Father Poe. Did you see how good old Bertha did here? She was such a good girl. Yes, she was. You're going to get another radish. Yes, you are.
Thank you, everyone, for coming.
Yay.
And he comes and he steps down and he looks at Snaggletooth and he looks at Bertha and he looks at Keek.
I see that you're quite good at controlling the goat, but you're not so good at controlling your fears.
That's pretty fair. You know, that is a good assessment. I will take that.
Well,
You have a good eye of character, and I appreciate your
Do I?
input.
How old is Snaggletooth?
I think Snaggletooth is a little bit on the older side. Like, I don't know, like,
Okay.
I would assume Beaverkin probably don't live quite as long as humans. So,
It's up to us.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd say
Okay.
he's on the older side for Beaverkin. Like, he's got the little flecks of gray here and there.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Have you seen your friend Jack? I was hoping to have a word with him.
It's funny. I saw him before all the events, and then he just kind of wasn't there. And I don't mean it any ill towards against the man, but old Hickory, he comes and goes, and he's slippery as can be. I'm sure he's doing something important.
I think he headed to the woods.
For the festival? Well,
Hey.
boy. Community. Boy needs community. He can be in the forest and the woods by himself any day. There's only one first fall festival, and that's today.
That's good.
You can see,
He's
like-
real lucky to have somebody like you to try and remind him of that. You've been real
I'm
good to
just
him.
a friend.
I would say you're more than that, and I thank you for it.
Well, you all seem to be his friends. I am merely just a mentor, we'll call it. Yeah.
Just one
Mentor.
mentor. Just a mentor. I mean, come on now. That's a high profession without a lot of rewards. That just means it's got a lot of gumption of spirit to be willing to do it.
Snaggletooth, you have not just a crooked teeth, but a very silver tongue. You speak with the ease of one who tells lies without effort. It's very
No.
hard to listen to a compliment from you and wonder about its sincerity.
He means every word of it, though.
Hey, this is his truth.
I don't think I've ever lied to you once, sir. I'm real sorry if I ever said something that I didn't mean to say or for me to think that way. Oh gosh, mister, I'm real sorry. Oh no.
Now, there's
Oh,
no
no.
reason to get like that. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you.
Stupid,
Just-
stupid.
You're not stupid. Now stop that. Would a stupid person be able to win the goat on a leash? Oh,
Maybe.
No, they wouldn't. Well, probably it's really just the goat that does most of the work. But no, I'm sure. You seem to have made yourself yet another friend.
Oh,
Bertha
she's
here
great.
seems to be quite compliant. Meh.
Although I'm going to say
Oh.
Lloyd deserves some sort of complimentary prize because you basically did twice the race of anybody else. Because I think you scaled at least 4 buildings.
I think he is coming around the bend just now, though.
He's coming. He's coming.
Oh,
Like
okay.
the little
He's
things was
still
hopping
coming.
around.
He's not quite made it here. He's up on the roof again. It looks. I can see him on the two or three over there.
He like
Taking the
climbs
long
up
route
onto
he
the
is.
tavern a bit and climbs back down. You can see he climbs up onto that long stone hall where like the mayor lives and everything. Climbs back down.
He took rabbit, did he? That's a rookie mistake.
Aye.
Yeah. Well, what more do you all have planned for the festival?
A drinking.
Think that'll be the last of it for us. I do believe, and Morgan will take her 2 coins and hand them over to Kick.
I much appreciate
Fairly
it.
one.
Did you bet on me?
I was
You're
expecting
getting
to
a hug.
lose some.
And
Okay,
he's
yep.
probably like maybe at
I
your
believed in
knee.
you.
I knew you believed in me. I saw you clapping and smiling and waving. It makes me feel real good.
One of
More-
those things is true.
Oh,
You
You did a
She-
good
she
job,
was-
Snaggletooth.
She was clapping.
creature. Yes,
she
the
was
creature.
clapping. See, I don't really need the coin for drink today because that's when you enter yourself in the contest. They give it to you for free.
Aye, that's fair.
you're so smart, Morgan.
Well, I did. You know, I was thinking that maybe Lloyd was going to sweep the day.
Oh,
And,
Lloyd.
and there he comes.
There you are.
Hey,
He put on the
Lloyd.
best show. Lloyd, wow.
Oh, I'm knackered.
What a workout.
I thought
Hey.
Finally figured it out.
you
I went the opposite way.
Congratulations.
Rabbit would walk herself up there.
You took the hard one.
Lloyd. Meh. Lloyd.
I think he was just trying to show kindness. He didn't want to sweep everything. I know what it really was, Lloyd. You're just a real nice man.
Thank you, Snag. But what are you all talking up here for?
Oh, I think
Well,
we was
we
just
had
about to
to wait
invite
for
Father
you.
Poe to come drink with us. Wait, are you allowed to drink?
Am I allowed to drink? Of course I'm allowed to drink. What kind
Would
of...
you like to drink with us?
Well, I've finished the blessing of the grain, so yes, I suppose I have some time. Sure wish Jack was around. But, well, I'm sure he'll turn up.
I'm sure he always does. Would you like a
Hi.
little pregame? And she kind of has her tankard that's got a
Don't
little bit left in
worry.
the bottom.
And he you could see he reaches into his friar's robes and he pulls out his own.
I come to the festival prepared.
And he takes a big swig on a tumbler. He's a friar, basically. Think of him in that range.
Yeah, it's very good. I've probably backwashed into this once or twice, so keep it to myself.
Oh, well. Let's go over to Old Moss. I have a toast I'm supposed to do before festivities, before sundown.
And you guys all
I-
begin to move over towards the main tavern. So in terms of the village, there's plenty of room for other things. I have a handful of landmarks and things, and one of those is a tavern called Old Morse, where it's probably the most popular one. It's right on the water, but it looks inward and westward towards the western mountains, which when the sun is going down as it is right now, you can see the sun is heading down the sides of the Ernevin, which is this long and really steep mountain range that effectively protects your region from the westward expansion of the world. No one really comes through. Occasionally in the past, you all have sent merchants and things to a trading post on the other side, but it's such treacherous travel that no one really comes down very often. And you can see that people are kind of gathered about as all of these different tables, these long, long tables, these huge groups of people are sitting. There's food, there's drink, there's song. You can see people have gotten up and started to dance, and it's definitely this the end of the evening as all of the games and the festivals. It's not yet dark. The sun is still barely peeking over the mountains, and you can see the lanterns have already started to be lit here and there early. So it's all this very very beautiful and idyllic moment. A great deal of festivity. You can see though the grinning, the shitty grin of Timothy here and there. But I would also say Tovis at some point comes over by you, Snaggletooth, and tries to get a drink from you until you realize the dude's 12, so you probably shouldn't give him some of
I'll tell
that.
you what I will do. I'm going to go have a drink myself, and I would feel improper offering to you. But you know what I think I should do? I need some.
What's
I've got
that?
these pies. I've been able to get the last of my inventory out. Would you be willing to help take care of my cart, and you take some coin for yourself,
Okay,
You know?
well, what kind of pies are these? And what kind of coin are we talking about?
Well, we got pumpkin pie, sweet potato pie. I actually got some zucchini pie in there. That one's kind of something I've been
Ugh.
tinkering with. You would think
You
so.
No. That's zucchini's a vegetable. You don't
I
put
know.
vegetables in pies.
It's a spice one. So it's zucchini and mushroom and also some horseradish. It's a
Whoa,
spicy pie.
That's
It's-
not a pie.
I beg to differ. It is, and it's real good. In fact, tell you what, I will give you a. I could have sworn I'd done better today, but it don't matter. It don't matter. I will put this coin in your hand if you will just try one of them, and then after that, I will make you responsible to sell the rest of these. You sell them for 2 coins each, and you keep one for yourself on each one you sell. How you feel about that?
You've got a deal.
And he reaches out.
You're a
and
real
takes it. He looks
businessman, but
very
I want to see you
suspicious.
eat that pie.
Okay. And he picks it up
It's so spicy.
and he's holding
It's
it.
good, but it's so spicy.
I don't have to eat the whole thing, do I?
Just take a bite.
He takes a really tiny nibble. There, I tasted it. Ooh.
Yeah.
It's not sweet. It's supposed to be sweet.
No. And he's reaching out to your beer and just trying to get
No, I got some sarsaparilla for you here. I'll give you that for free.
Okay. Yeah, he'll drink that. Okay. We have
So I'm going to eat this
now.
before I go drink it, because I tell you what, this is a drinking pie.
And so all of you like partaking, drinking, eating, all that kind of stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Mhm.
So at a certain point, as the sort of meal commences, like this huge crowd, and this is definitely like a bigger crowd than is normally in the town, because you can see there's homesteaders like Snaggletooth who have farms on the outside, people from other hamlets and villages that are, half a day or a day away or so. Like some of them come and celebrate here, others celebrate in their own way in their own homesteads. But you can definitely see like there's a lot of folks here. At a certain point, you hear like the clinking of like silverware against tin or something like that, and eventually your friend Poe he kind of stands up. Okay, all right. As like this large we'll say like a roasted pig comes out and is kind of set, and he has to kind of give this little blessing. He's like, "May your hands be full, your hearths be warm, your tables never bare." You can tell he's a little tipsy. "May the Maker bless the fruit of your labor, and may all that you build endure the turning of the world." And then as he says that, he just kind of like stops for a second as everyone cheers and drinks, and he kind of gets this like long dead-eyed stare for a moment. Like he's like seeing and like looking at the pig, or even just like through the pig, as he just sort of like his eyes, his face just sort of gets this darkened look to it. And then kind of shakes out of it, and he takes a drink, and he sits back down, and he slams the tankard that he has been carrying around on the table. Are any of you doing anything?
Poe, what seems to be troubling you?
What's that?
You looked like you were looking right through the pig there. What's...
Oh, nothing. Just a bit tired is all. It's been a very long day, and I'm a very old man, is all it is. Whew. Now eat up, eat, drink, all that sort of thing. Yes. I won't come now. Let me try it. Snaggletooth, give me that the rest of the pie the boy wouldn't eat. I'll eat it.
Oh, you're going to love it. See, this thing is the perfect thing to pair up with.
He takes a big old bite out of it.
It's just got strong horseradish undertones to just like clear the sinuses.
That's quite good. I haven't had something quite so spicy since I was a young man.
You like those? I'll make you some more.
Oh, no. I can't eat these very often. I think they might set my chest on fire.
Oh, they'll clean you out too.
I'm sure they will, but if I eat any more of this, I'm going to have to go see Auntie Eldrin, and I don't want to see that woman. She is very unpleasant.
And you guys would know, Auntie Eldrin, we had created a crotchety hag in session
that's
0.
the crone.
Oh, right.
Okay, guys. Yeah. Okay.
Nice.
And you can see his face start to turn like bright red, and then starts to turn like purple.
What did you put
All right. And she'll, Keek will come up behind and give him the Heimlich, the good old Heimlich maneuver into the solar plexus.
Solar plexus.
Okay. It's got zucchini, mushrooms, and horseradish, and paprika.
And then you just hear from like the distance, like someone say, "It's not a pie!" Like as Tovis is over like by your cart trying to like move and sell.
You focus
these
on
pies
your
that they're doing.
sales, young man.
And as anyone else doing anything, I should say. Sorry. So Keek, you're able to like eventually get like the bit. That's not hard. He's a big
And she'll
rotund
just, like,
man.
Slam him on the back a few times. Hey, there you go.
Well, thank you very much, Click. I feel much better now. Thank you. I must say, it was hotter going up than it was going down.
Aye, better than
You
out
should
the
wait
other
till
side.
it goes out.
What is it about Beaverkin? They seem very capable. You're very fortitudinal. Your constitution must be quite high.
Yep. Take another drink. Take another drink. You need to wash that down. Flush it. Flush it.
And he takes it. He knocks one back. Anybody else doing anything in this little reverie here?
I'm going to say Morgan is going to start a little bit of a chant in the tavern because, Lloyd won a few different things. And so she's sort of doing like a Lloyd Grover kind of chant in the tavern. I have the, you just in the Discord had the like Roy Kent song meme recently. So I kind of have that in my head of like kind of doing a little, Lloyd Grover.
Yay.
Man, Keaton is in real spirits tonight. Look at that.
Congratulations
Oh,
on your
Festival
drinking
time always
competition and wins.
brings out the best in Kick.
Couldn't have done it without you guys.
Well, that's real nice of you to say, but it's pretty clear you got a lot of fire in you, which is funny because you make candlesticks and you use fire. It's like, what do you call that, synchronicity or something?
You're right. I made the very fires in this tavern.
There it is.
All
We
right.
should give him piggyback rides.
I'll leave you all to it for tonight. I think I'm going to hit the hay. It's long night for me.
You did good, Kick. You were you did the peopling all the long day.
I am pretty sure I pissed him off.
Well,
Again.
you know what? It was real big of you to say that apology, even though that smug son
That
of a bitch.
little shit didn't deserve it.
But you know what? You did it because you're the bigger person, both literally and figuratively. And I'm real proud of you for that.
And I'll do it again.
I know you would. You're great.
Nah. I'll not do it again.
Oh. Okay.
So, Keek, you get up, you start walking away. You can see you're not the only one who is like calling it early. You get maybe 20 or so paces away when suddenly you feel, and everyone else feels this as well, and those of you that are by some of these tables, you feel it maybe even more so, or you hear it even more so, as there's this sudden like rumbling. It's like shaking that starts like this small, as like a small tremor, but then you can see like it starts to get heavier and heavier. And those of you that are by the tables, there's like clinking. You see things are shaking. You can see like something starts to slide and fall off the table. Like Keek, as you're walking down the street, you can see other like one or two people just sort of fall and lose their balance and kind of collapse onto the ground. You hear the sounds of like a dog barking in the distance, and then you look up at what looks like the chimney that might be the very chimney that we saw earlier, where Lloyd lost the goat down. Just a few bricks just suddenly fall off the side of it, and then the whole thing comes tumbling. And then Keek, you see in the ground the road that you're walking on, the crack and like the cobblestones begins to form and widen, and you see that crack is like just jaggedly moving, and it's moving directly at that tall grain silo where you all saw Poe blessing. And that's where we're going to end for tonight. And we'll pick up on there with Aaron, because I don't want to get too deep into that until Aaron's here. And so we'll call it there for tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
All right.
Nice. First fall festival.
There we go.
Good times.
There we go.
Yeah. It's great. Jeremy
Yay.
passed a few rolls, so that's good. It's always a good.
Jeremy
to see.
rolled 12s on
You rolled
multiple
2
rolls.
12s.
Yeah.
Crazy. All
My
right.
curse is lifted.
Okay. It is,
See,
for sure.
you got this.
It looked
got
bad
this.
at first. when you rolled the first setup. I'm like, oh shit.
And, you rolled much better than I did.
Yeah, it's all right. It's just a first session. We're doing little games, nothing too dire. Next session, stakes. We'll raise the stakes a little bit, but there we go. All right.
Yeah, they will.
Let's do a couple closing plugs and we can get on out of here. I'm going to start off by talking about our dear friend Steven, who has been making a game called Huckleberry, huckleberryrpg.com. You can find it on DriveThruRPG as well. It is a kind of a weird West action horror kind of game. You can try it now, and in a couple months when it comes up on BackerKit, you can back it, get your own copy, and all sorts of fancy little things on top of it. Then, in terms of streaming, tomorrow night, you can see some of us here. We're back on the channel. We're playing some Magnus Archives. Saturday, we've got Call of Cthulhu. Monday, we've got my game that we've been kind of tinkering around with. We started this past Monday. We're going to continue on Monday. It's called We're in Danger. Little cinematic action horror. Basically doing an homage to Evil Dead. Tuesday, you can see Kipser running us through some Hardwired Island. We just did our session 0. We made our characters. We are cyberpunk millennials. I am playing somebody on this screen, but I won't say who.
That's true.
It was so much fun.
Yes,
so much fun.
Yes, we're bringing Long into the alternate reality 2020 Hardwired Island on a space
You might
station.
think that Long isn't in our Tuesday game, but you would be wrong. He is now.
He is now in our Tuesday game.
Okay.
I
So good.
remember agreeing to this.
I mean, I sent you a message like 2 months ago. I just never mind. That's all. But that's it for us. I think that's it, right? I'm not missing anything. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and throw it on the end screen. I'll probably queue up a raid as well. Thank you for hanging out. Thanks for watching. Come back next week as we're going to dive into some more stuff. And we'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.
Love it.
Yeah, they will.
Bye.
Cheers.